face of world literature by presenting the effects of European colonization from the point of view of Africans. He specifically wrote in English, a choice that received some criticism, but his intent was to speak to the whole world about the real problems that the influence of Western missionaries and colonialists created in Africa. His life was an inspiration and sentimental to Western culture, promoting customs and values about traditional African society.
Entertainment for me.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen.
I don't know. Am I feeling overwhelmed a little?
Yes, she is. It's good to have you
it's
back.
Good to be back. I feel good.
Back.
Thank you so much, dear.
How was
time away? Time away. All right, you know, time is slow when you wait, and time is faster when you are late. Thankfully, we are not.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are right on
So
time.
we cannot become what we want by remaining what we are. So take that step today.
Yes. And of course, every fear and challenge in your life exists just so that you can overcome it. You need me to repeat that. Every fear and challenge exists just so that you can overcome it. So guys, we need you to embrace every moment and come out victorious. Because, well, there's no time for time.
There's no time for dolly.
There's no time for dolly.
Well, you're welcome to Wake Up Nigeria show, the only TV show which, shall we say, you know, is the only one you can truly concern. You know, we are more concerned about your wellness.
Yes, and your well-being.
Yes, and your well-being is very important to us.
Just a show that is, you know, encompassing, all-encompassing with motivation. We just dropped some motivational nuggets for you.
She's the one on fire, actually.
Nutrition. Where, please, should I keep going?
Yes, continue.
Okay.
But really, of course, we're not alone. Winfrey is right around here. You'll see her in a bit. But right now, let me tell you that the clock is ticking and time waits for no one. So without wasting any more time, let's get the ball rolling.
We, as always, it's always a packed full show. And well, today will be no difference. My name is Emil Kwache.
And my name is Mary Bashwa Alimi. All right, remember you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian television.
Remember also that you can watch us live from absolutely anywhere and everywhere in the world, guys, through our mobile apps. All you just need to do is download it on the Google Play or iOS store.
Absolutely. And of course, follow us across all our social media platforms. We're talking Facebook, TikTok, X, Instagram. I almost called it Twitter. I still call it Twitter.
Well, to be honest, actually. So, yeah.
Oh well.
So just use the you could follow us and you can reach us on at TVC Entertainment _. TVC Entertainment _, guys. And yeah, let's get the conversation going. So let's get right into what we have on the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we need you to stay in loop, okay? You can also join us via YouTube. But talking about what we have for you today, we have Aderonke Olusheye, also known as Dibia, who holds a certification as a certified holistic nutritionist, nutrition and health coach. Now, it wears a lot of caps, actually. Today, though, we'll be having a conversation in a bit, okay?
And finally, we also have birthday shout-outs. We'll be celebrating you and your loved ones later on.
Adenrele Onikosi is the founder CEO of Conigelics Consulting International Limited. Today, he'll be on the show to have a conversation with us.
Divorce and
your mental health. That's a big one.
And for a musical performance, we have Dina. She'll be here to serenade us on the show. And finally, we have Brendan in Sikak. He's a prolific dancer, choreographer, and the CEO of Mr. and Miss Nigeria International. He'll be joining us on the show to share his journey later on. Interesting show today. I think I'm even very much interested in the relationship discussion, divorce and your mental health.
Divorce and mental health. Why the side eye here, man? Well, really, see, there are many things that affect your mental health.
Yeah.
Beyond even divorce, there are many things. Even surviving right now is taking a toll on many people's mental health.
My dear, so what happened? Funny enough, talking about mental health on my ride to the office this morning. So I think I don't know what happened, but then there was this downfall guy that just came hitting. When motion rather, he came and he just hit on the door, and I'm like, hey, see, mental health issues.
Winfrey. Winfrey is looking like, if you know the amount of mental health cases I meet every day.
That's what
How are you doing today?
I'm okay, not bad at all. I think everybody's struggling in Nigeria at this point.
Yeah.
So when people behave in erratic ways, I'm literally like, this is well with you.
Please, I'm not struggling, I'm surviving.
Exactly.
Which one is it? I don't know, sorry. Surviving, a better word? I'm thriving.
See,
if you said thriving, I understand. You're not surviving. Is it any better?
If you put to words your experience right now, many of us can start crying. Because, man, you know, they say when you feel you have stuff and the people around you don't, you are the one that will suffer the most, because the people around you are going to expect that, you know, you come through for them. And that's the way it is. So for many people, I've had conversations over the past few weeks with several people who are supposedly rich, and they're telling me that they feel poor already. Because there are so many responsibilities and things are expensive. Before you can give a relative, like, say, 50, 100,000, they are okay for like a month. Now, they'll come back 3 weeks later or 2 weeks later.
Well, the truth is we can't help everybody. You can only help people that you can, so that, you know, because people are leeches, they just don't know when to stop leeching on
Actually, I agree.
So you have to be, you know, more intentional with, you know, your mode of giving. You know, you can't meet everybody's needs. But anyways, at this point, we'll have to check out what the weather is like today.
It's downright time to speak with the Gen Z perspective.
Hey, chick for me this and they were like, this is Sharma,
Saying it not the way they want it.
Outrightly, I don't think I would budget more than 25K for a first date.
The Generation Z are ranting.
I'm 3 hours, 2 minutes after the
Minus 1 year, please.
Don't show me. I don't want to see.
That's why they'll keep
Gen Z, express yourself.
How long will it take for you to kiss then, even if it's not sexual intercourse?
The conversation just got Gen Z'd.
Do it, love. Do it to it. Do it. Do it.
Argentina, champions of the world!
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia, January 15, 1929, the son of a Baptist minister. King received a doctorate degree in theology and in 1955 helped organize the first major protest of the African American civil rights movement. The successful Montgomery Boss
Yeah, good morning, guys. Welcome to yet another great section with me, Adebola Afolabi Olorode, certified fitness trainer from iFitness. So now I'll be taking you guys on some core exercises to strengthen up your core and as well tone up those abs, those losing abs. All right, so we're going to be taking 3 major workouts. So we'll get our sit-ups, our Russian twists, and as well leg raises. So we're performing this for 30 seconds, so we can have repeats. We can repeat for 3-4 sets. All right, so guys, now we'll be going on our mat. So you guys should just look for a comfortable place. So if you don't have your mat, you can just get you set up on your rug or whatever. So All right, so guys, all right. So first thing first, so we're starting this way from here. So we'll be getting this. So that's the advanced move here. So I'm going to be giving you advanced and modified moves here. So for modify, just from here, you can drop your legs, suspend. All right, so and that's the first thing. And second thing we're going for is Russian twist. Russian twist, advanced move here. You're suspending your legs, don't forget. So you just twist to the side, side to side. Yeah. All right. Then for our modified moves, then you can drop your legs. You can drop your legs and lean back and twist side to side. Then for the last one, we're getting our leg raises. Yeah, just down here. Leg raises in and up. Yeah. And up, yeah, and up. So if you can't take both legs up, you can just drop one, alternate, back up, alternate, back up. Then you take the other side, guys. Let's go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, guys, and 10. So that's 10. All right, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10. All right, so now we go back down for our leg raises, guys. 1, let's get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so guys, so we're performing these 3 workouts. So for advanced, so you can get in 10 each, like, no break in between, 10 each, and go in circuit, 3 sets. But for modify, guys, you can break, rest in between sets. Get the first one, rest, and go right into the second one, rest, and get the last one. And you can repeat, guys. You can go for as long as 10, 20 minutes. All right, nice workout, guys.
All right.
Hey.
That was some fitness session for you. I hope you joined in. And, I'm really, really, fascinated about the evolution that's happening in the fitness industry and how, these days you just, log into any social network and, just type fitness. You always see an instructor there to, take you through a routine. It just makes it easier, to lead a busier or active lifestyle instead of sedentary.
I'm really not proud to say that the most I did fitness-wise while I was away was sleep.
But you needed it.
And I was about to say that, and God knows it was.
Yeah, you needed it. Your body needed it. So please don't stress yourself. Calm down, relax, take your time. But either way, that's not what we're talking about today on What's Up and About. On What's Up and About this morning, Winfrey has something interesting that she caught up on the socials.
Yeah.
And I would like to dig in on it.
Yes, of course. So there's a post that literally circulated over the past few days, that has been circulating. So it goes thus: we are richer than our parents, but are we happier than them? So, words for thoughts, right? Then there was a response that came immediately after. Richer than which parents? My dad had toured at least 10 countries in Europe and built a couple of houses at my age. Tomorrow, I will resume shouting, can you see my screen? And it literally made me, I was thinking of all manner of things. And of course, we have over 2,500 comments here. People talking about how, you shouldn't say that. So people had different points of views from the left to the right. So now, what do you guys think? Do you guys think we're richer than our parents, or we're happier than them, or you think they were happier and we're richer? Which?
But they can see your screen now. At least, obviously, that means you're probably working from home. They probably couldn't enjoy that time. But
isn't the prayer points? The prayer points is usually, may we be richer than our parents. Even our parents pray that we should be richer than them, right? Yeah. So I think it's not really about richer. I think it's just the times that are changing, and our way of life is evolving as we get on. I mean, I meet a lot of older people these days, and they tell you that money is nothing. They do not averse any sentiment or any more to money, unlike the younger generation, right? And that's why, you know, you see a lot of, you know, our parents these days, they carry, what, maybe 3310 or one or any of these small
none of our parents carry
3310. No. I'm just saying, you find a lot more older people with, you know, very smaller phones, but you check their accounts, it's beaming with zeros.
So I think the angle, just different really, right, is the idea of value, right? So the question literally was posed, and then we see people talking about, okay, fine. So the guy actually commented that, oh, my father had toured over 10 countries and had houses. So a lot of people now are commenting and talking about how, oh, okay, when my dad was 32, he had 3 houses, he had 2 cars, he had 5 children. Then they raised 5 children, we didn't starve. But now a lot of people are literally streamlining to 1, 2, but they're still having a tough time. So they're talking about the devaluation of everything generally, especially in this climate. So I think that is the angle, right? And they're talking about, people also went...
values in value?
The value of like what they had available to them and then what we had now.
The thing is, being what we have now, relative, I would say. And the reason I would say it's relative is because I don't want to believe whoever it is that posted it was talking about richer as in monetary value, because what you could achieve with your millions, even as at a year ago, you can't achieve it now. So technically, are you richer? Are you looking at the fact that maybe your parents were thousandaires, and so because you're a millionaire,
they could still afford more and better,
exactly.
So value.
What, say for example, 50,000 could have bought in 2012, it's 500,000 in some cases cannot buy it now. So we need to also take note of that fact. So when you're talking about being richer, it is relative. Now let's also remember that during your parents' time, there were opportunities, and also many doors were open to Nigerians.
Are there less
at that time
now?
They're actually. So the thing is this: when we talk about opportunities, it's not as if they are lesser, but accessibility is lower. See, the ratio was actually lesser then. So if I'm a graduate, you're a graduate, she's a graduate. The likelihood of us finding another graduate was like maybe 3 or 4 houses down the line.
True.
Unlike now that every home, well, almost every home, I dare say every home even, has a graduate. So because of that, there are more people fighting for the same opportunities that
the market is competitive.
The market is more competitive. So when you're talking about your accessibility to all these opportunities, 5 people are fighting for one thing. Unlike before, when that one thing, they were begging people to come and take it. So times have changed.
Yes, exactly.
So when they are talking about, oh, I was at 32, I built my own houses, for goodness sake, in the 1980s, 1970s, mortgage was really still, you know, in a better way in Nigeria.
And even if not mortgage,
to loans was
a lot of people even built houses off the fact that they were salary earners. Because then the same thing, the value of money. Do you understand? So things were different then. I mean, then if you had 10 million naira,
10 million.
I'm saying then.
No, as in, okay, I'm talking about the value of 10 million then. Or yes, 10 million naira as in 10 million naira then.
The value of 10 million naira then, if you're talking about building a house, now.
You can build a house with 10 million now. Okay. Room and parlor. It's still a house now. At least somewhere you start from. Do you understand?
And you can start to build it. But can the 10 million build it, take it from the
No, it can't be. See, it's just like now, if you are paying rent, you're tired of paying rent, and you have land somewhere. You can build toilets, bathroom, 1 room, then build kitchen. At least small, when you are getting some extra cash, you build another room.
Can the 10 million raise the building completely?
It can raise the building to rooftop for room and
But then again, let's talk about some of the distractions and the vices that, let's talk about some of the vices that we are easily distracted by in this generation. Because when it comes, still piggybacking on the values, on our value system, the value system when our parents were with our parents is totally different from it is now. They were a lot more disciplined, and I'm not just talking, when it comes to morals, but also financial. They saved a lot. How many young people are saving.
Savings that people had is what is saving them right now. No, I'm being realistic. The savings people have had over 10 years is what is currently saving them. That's the truth. Look, it's not as if young people are not saving. It's the income that is lesser.
To be honest, I don't want to
your
think,
income is
yes,
not.
I understand the dynamics that is happening, right, and the shifts, and how the economy is not as you know, a lot of people are not thriving in the economy right now like they would, like our parents did. But I would like to think that it's not that bad. Really. So I feel like if we're a lot more disciplined and our values are still, you know, are still instilled in a lot of ways, things we can do maybe not as half as our parents did, but at least some way, somewhat, we meet each other halfway in terms of.
If you have somebody abroad that is sending you £100 now, hope you know that £100 used to be 25,000 just 10 years ago.
Yeah, but if you
now that
£100
money.
So anyways, this is what I have to say in summary, right?
Sorry.
I believe that everybody was built for the time that they existed, right? So there were opportunities then, and the opportunities then were tied to
those
people
times,
then.
yeah.
So now, because now we have the internet, and the connection globally is like on another scale.
This
so
conversation, we would not.
However, what I'll just say is do the best you can according to what you have right now.
Yeah.
Don't compare yourself with your parents. Their own time has passed.
But
let's continue the conversation. Online, guys. Don't not forget to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TV. Still like to hear your thoughts. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka the First. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Gbenga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the questions.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata, I go drink. So,
okay. So now one chance for enter. My first question. Do you remember the names of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
Of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this, because I have this question for you. Final question. No. Where outside Nigeria?
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
It's been a while. It's been rusty already.
All right, so let's do this, shall we?
Yes, please.
So we'll be starting off with the Daily Trust newspaper. And making the headlines here, we have tenants groan as Abuja landlords increase rents. On the riders here, property owners blame high cost of building materials. Developers seek signing of real estate bill. And also here we have 14 abducted Kogi University students rescued, says police. And on tariff hike, Labour pickets NERC discos offices today. Troops dislodge terrorists, seize weapons in Taraba. And 3 died, 21 injured in Ogun, multiple road crashes. Really sad story there. Court convicts woman for forging Kiari's signature. Really? Wow, interesting. And contractor's cake is Abuja malfunctioning streetlights raise dust. And quickly, I'll just take one more story at the top of the paper here. Stakeholders unite against out-of-school children menace in Northeast. And the tenants grown as Abuja landlords increase rents. The rent story is... I think this one, everyone would totally relate with it because...
I'm surprised that there hasn't been one of tenants grown as Lagos
landlords reduce rent.
Increase rent. Reduce again. Are they reducing?
Well...
Which area? So that people can know where to relocate.
No, but I also heard that there are a few landlords that were somewhat considerate.
Considerate
that have
landlords.
been considerate during this period.
Yes.
So they, instead of increasing, they sort of, reduced some
or even left it at the normal rates for you.
Or even, reduced or sort of took away some extra charges just to make,
that's actually very
easier
considerate.
for
Landlords
tenants.
are doing that. Thank you so much. Very,
okay.
very kind of you.
So let's move on to the Punch newspaper.
Okay.
Making the headlines here. You want to take that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I've got EFCC raids speculators as Naira drops to 1,540 Naira per dollar. Illegal BDC operators, speculators raided in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Kano. Here we also have minimum wage. Labour insists on May 31 deadline. JAMB releases more UTME results. Fubara tackles Wike over Rivers' heavy debt. Police say banker stole customers 650 million naira. Marketers ordered to open pump for CNG vehicles. Up here, we have policy blitz. Tinubu unveils 21 major initiatives after marathon Federal Executive Council meeting. And finally, here we have FT list BHM among Africa's fastest growing companies. Well, quite a number of stories here. However, the one that catches my attention is minimum wage. Labour insisting on May 31 deadline. It's obvious that Labour is in for a showdown. However, personally, this is my opinion on this. I believe asking for that amount as minimum wage is one, unrealistic, and two, is going to affect the economy badly. I would have thought Labour would push for something like bus as in transportation for workers, subsidized feeding for workers, subsidized as in access to subsidized foodstuff. Like things that involve government workers can be subsidized. Then private companies can then look for how to make ways to at least augment their workers' salary. Because increasing to 615, inflation will be through the roof.
My opinion on the labor union issue is it's very controversial. So I'm just going to keep it to myself because the truth is they have been insisting on the strike for a while. you know, month in, month out, we keep hearing threatenings of strikes, strike actions, and it's beginning to seem like it's becoming a selfish action. It's becoming more selfish, right? Like I said, I'll keep my opinions to myself. But
selfish is relative, though. Selfish is relative.
Yeah. So let's move on to the Nation newspaper.
Okay.
Making the headlines here: Minister, electricity tariff hike reversal will derail reform plan. And at the bottom of the paper here, bank manager arrested for allegedly defrauding customers of 650 million naira. A lot of people can relate with this one. I remember, okay, but I remember a few weeks ago, sometime last week, Shan George complained of being defrauded of, you know, certain amounts of money. I know that, so we're not certain if this person is an employee of any bank, but we know that it was, she was recently defrauded. So
the cases of fraud are actually a lot higher now. The, in quotes, Yahoo is not limited to foreigners anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
It's now mainly domestic. So people that have overlooked it for so many years are now realizing that a culture has been building and now it's about to explode. Somebody told me about losing his, he was robbed in a keke and his smartphone was also stolen. Now that smartphone is connected to his bank. Suffice to say, he lost everything he had because all they had to do without his PIN, all they had to do was get access to his
but then again, we hope that, you know, if the cybersecurity levy is recalled, because, you know, right now it's being put on hold, if it is being looked into, we're hoping that if it's being, you know, implemented, hopefully it will take care of, you know, some of this, you know, bank frauds and, you know, the likes. And so we can't take any more papers.
I was actually looking forward to talking about the electricity tariff.
Right? The band A and the B's and the C's.
Let's just leave that.
Yes, let's leave it. Yeah, but then let's head over to the kitchen. And we have Mary Winfrey on standby with us, chef.
Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria Kitchen on this beautiful Wednesday morning. I'm here with Chef Sheon. Chef Sheon, how are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. Good morning.
As usual. Okay, today breakfast seems very simple and straightforward.
Very simple.
I'm pretty worried. Okay, but okay, let's go ahead. Tell me, what are we having for breakfast this morning?
So you don't have to be worried. It's something very nice, most definitely.
Nice, good, but filling. Okay, so what are you having?
Okay, so because I like to work with some whatever is in season. Corn is coming into season, and so this morning we are going to have butter, corn, and cob. And it's basically boiled corn, but it's not just the corn. Yes, the one you do with water. So today we are going to be boiling our corn with milk. We had a bit of butter, some herbs, and now it actually depends on whatever taste or flavor you want in your corn. So I have some parsley here, I have ginger, then dried pepper and salt.
Okay, nice. Okay, so we have that salt.
That's
dried
salt.
Pepper. Is that margarine?
Yes, that's margarine.
Okay, just any type, or is there a specific type?
Oh, just the one you can find around you. Yes, you can use butter as well.
Okay, and we have ginger and we have parsley. And then we have corn. So what type of corn is this? Is this a regular corn we see?
Okay, so yes, this is the regular you see around. It's also called sweet corn. I wonder why, but it's the soft.
Soft one.
Yes.
Wait. Is this the one from the supermarket or the one from the market?
No, this is the regular one you find in the local market.
Really?
Yes.
That takes like 2 days to cook. Because I remember growing up, my dad loved corn a lot. So like every day he always bought corn whenever he went out. And then you buy it and then you put it in these big pots. I don't know, maybe because of quantity. But it took a long time.
Okay, maybe the quantity, but now we also have other ways of boiling that gets faster.
Really?
Of course, you can always cover your pots, the corn in your pot with a foil, because foil conducts it. You can cover it with foil and then you have it on time. Quite fast. Yes, and you need some skewers too. It's just for easy pick. So you cut your corn into size bits and then you insert the sticks.
sticks
Yes.
in it. Okay, so now tell me, what is the coating process? How are we going to coat it with the butter? Are we going to mix the butter and salt? What exactly?
Okay, so there are also different ways to making this, but because I also like the soft life, just put all of this together in your pot and make sure it's well covered, and then steam up.
Good. Okay, so no, wait. Okay, so before I go, let's talk about the ingredients. So we have the ingredients on the screen. If you're just joining us, so you can actually take a note: butter, corn on a cob, and we have corn, water, milk, salt, butter, parsley, and dry pepper. Interesting. Okay, so now we're literally just going to put the corn in a pot.
In a pot. Add, okay, so the water and the milk is going to be dependent on the quantity of corn you have. You want to almost cover your corn with the water so that you can have it steamed up on time and well cooked.
Okay, so now what type of milk is this?
This is the regular full cream milk.
Okay.
Yes.
Full cream milk,
Yes.
not condensed milk?
Not condensed milk.
So if you have powder, you can just mix it with water
With water and then use it. And usually it's always 2 parts water to a part milk.
Ask, okay, how much? So 2 parts water to a part milk. And then we're going to, so what happens to the butter? Just put it in? Or
Okay, you just put it in.
Okay.
Of course, while boiling, it melts.
It's going to melt.
Off, yes.
All right, and then a pinch of salt, a pinch of
pepper. You'd love this because all this infuses flavor into the corn, and of course, it fortifies it more.
Yes, of course, and parsley and ginger. I can already imagine the flavor that's literally going to bring. And I mean, I was already perceiving. I'm like, okay, we have corn here, and it's amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, so that's about it. We're going to allow Chef Sheon get into all of that, and right now we actually are going on a break. When we come back, so much more happening right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Do stay with us.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
I will chop up your abundance, cut off your whatever.
Like this.
This is business.
Are you turning me down?
All that glitters serious.
And we are back. Thanks for staying with us. You know, every Wednesday, every Wednesday on the show, we have our nutrition segment. And this morning we have with us Aderunke Olusheye. She's also known as DBA. She holds certifications as a certified holistic nutritionist, nutrition and health coach. She's a holistic health practitioner, naturopath, nutrition scientist, and aromatherapist. And this morning, she will be talking about stress management, nutritional options that help to manage our stress levels. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Fantastic. Whoever thought that foods could actually help to manage our stress? I was just telling you earlier on how I had a really stressful day yesterday, and then a session with my physiotherapist that totally drained me. And at the end of the day, I was feeling so hungry. And then I had bananas. And to be honest, after having, you know, them, I actually felt quite relieved. And there was this, you know, ounce of energy. I really didn't know where it came from. So let's talk about some of these, you know, foods and how they really help, the roles that they play in helping us with our stress management.
All right, so stress is something that we cannot do without, especially in an industrialized city like Lagos. We can't do without stress. However, yes, we can manage stress very well. So one of the top foods that is very good when it comes to stress management is bananas. Bananas are very high in magnesium. In fact, most foods that are high in magnesium would be very, very good, you know, when it comes to stress management. And when it comes to bananas, bananas have a way of helping to boost energy. That's not surprising. After you ate your bananas, you felt that boost of energy. In fact, when people go for workouts, when they go to the gym and all of that, bananas are one of the foods that come highly recommended. Why? Because after a gym session, there's that, and you go to the gym, you want to go to work, there's that tendency, you just want to relax and all of that. But when you take bananas, it relaxes you, yet gives you that sort of burst of energy to help you at least navigate through your day. Bananas are also very good in that they help to improve sleep. I was talking to you earlier that it's not even just about the bananas itself, even the peels. So I tell people, wash your bananas very well before you peel, before you eat.
Really?
Yes. So you wash it, you make sure it's very clean, rid it of all the dirt, and then you eat your bananas. You boil the peel, right, and then you drink it at night.
What does it do?
It helps you to sleep very well.
Are you serious?
Yes. So people that find it difficult to sleep at night will do well with eating bananas. And if you don't want to eat bananas, you just have the peels. Boil the peels, and there you go. So even your banana leaves will do the same thing.
All right. I also heard from the grapevine that chocolates, dark chocolates, also help with managing your stress.
Yes. So dark chocolates have a way of relaxing. They stimulate yet relax. It's just, nature is just amazing. Like how can something stimulate you yet relax your
I was
body?
just about to say that because we all know what the role of the dark chocolate is. And
so when you are stressed out, right, dark chocolates are like adaptogens. What adaptogens do is that depending on the state of your body, they work with the state of your body. So if you need the surge of energy, they will give you the surge of energy. If you need to relax, they will help you relax. So dark chocolate, not the regular chocolate laden with sugar and the like. Dark chocolate is different. Dark chocolate is a real chocolate. In fact, when you taste the dark chocolate, it has a bitter, it's bitter or has like a bitter aftertaste, depending on the concentration of the cocoa that was used. Yes. So dark chocolates would help to relax you. Avocados are another great fruit, especially avocado seeds.
And they're so in right now. They're everywhere. It's such a season.
Yes. So avocado seeds, particularly, are very good as relaxers.
How do you use avocado seeds?
So you have your avocado, so you can, in two ways. So if you want to preserve long term, what you can do is, what I do is I grate my avocado and I dry.
The seeds?
Yes, the seeds. I grate the avocado seeds and then I dry them and then blend or leave like that. Whenever I need to use them, I just scoop like a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons, I boil, and that's it. If you don't have that luxury of time, your fresh avocado seeds can be stored in your fridge, and then whenever you want to use them, just bring it out, use your knife to chop it into pieces, and then just boil it and drink it.
What does it do other than just, you know, to relax our nerves?
Avocados are good immune boosters. They have healthy fats, right? Both the seed and the fruit in itself. So it has healthy fat, and even particularly for women, it's very, very good for, you know, the female reproductive system. If you look at the shape of the avocado, it looks
shaped like
a uterus.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and of course rich in essential, you know, fatty acids that the body needs.
Interesting facts there. Okay, so what other foods help with our, you know?
So greens are also generally.
That's vegetables.
Yes, vegetables are generally rich in magnesium, right? So anything that has magnesium and potassium really would help. So your grains, then scent leaves. So we have vegetables like scent leaves, mint leaves, and peppermint. So scent leaves is what Yorubas generally popularly call efirin. Yeah. So scent leaves, mint leaves, peppermint are very good relaxing vegetables.
Okay.
So you can boil them. You can boil them and drink them, or you can juice them, or you can add them to your salads, whichever one works for you. So particularly those kinds of grains have a relaxing effect. They have a menthol feel. Yeah. So that menthol feel is actually is very relaxing.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let's talk about quantity, because sometimes there's an idea that says too much of everything is not good. How much of this should one take?
Are we talking about the fruits or the...
Well, in terms of in terms of the fruits of the avocado, for example, the mints, the greens that you just mentioned. How much of this are we meant to take a portion, and how often?
Okay, so for a functional body, so I use that word carefully. You don't have any health issues. Your body is functioning the way that it ought to function. You realize that when you take fruits, you cannot eat too much. That is nature's way of regulating how we eat. So, for instance, I've found myself, I probably put 2-3 avocados, and I'm like, oh, I want to sit down and finish these 2-3 avocados.
I actually think it's an overkill.
I'm going somewhere. Okay. I find out that I struggle to finish one because of the high fiber content. So that fills you up.
Exactly.
So your body tells you enough. Except you want to go overboard and you want to, you want to do ant eyes and you just want to keep going and going. You find out that you eat 1, you eat 2, you are done. That's your body's way of saying it's okay. And then you stop. So usually we are the ones that force ourselves. So nature has a way of regulating us naturally. You eat when your body, there is the hunger hormone, then there's the satiety hormone. Once the satiety hormone kicks in, you know that it's time to stop. Okay. Right? So I tell people, listen to your body. Your body will tell you when it is time to stop. Same thing with so when it comes to grains, the vegetables now, so 2 cups, 3 cups is okay.
Of smoothies, right?
Yes, 2 to 3 cups. So there's a measurement cup. So when you chop your vegetables, and you put in your measuring cup, 2 to 3 cups. When you blend them, you blend with enough water. It contains fiber. That's enough for a day.
For a day.
Yes.
And do you have to take this every day?
You can take it every day if you want to. Like I said, that 3 cups is like your standard. The 2 to 3 cups is like your standard daily dose. So if you take it every day, you're not going overboard.
That's okay.
Yes, that's very okay.
Interesting conversation here. I've learned quite a lot, and I know someone watching right now is like, okay, I think it's easier, because you know how it's easy for people to resort to drugs,
yes,
to help with their, manage their stress. So knowing that there are also foods that, that are very easily accessible, but also help to, with your stress level is, it's very insightful.
Then let me quickly say this, please. Epsom salt.
Epsom salt?
Yes, Epsom salt is very good at helping to relieve stress. So that you don't ingest it, you just soak. So if you're having a bath, you have a bathtub you could add, or you could just immerse your feet, warm water, add the Epsom salt, and you're good. Yes.
Thank you so much. We'll see you again next week, shall we?
Yes.
Great.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. That's it on nutrition. Still on nutrition, we have some nutrition going on right there in the kitchen. Winfrey, what's happening?
Nothing much. We're still here making corn on the cob for breakfast with Chef Sean. Okay, so right now, Chef, tell us, what are we doing? What are we doing?
So I'm going to be showing us how to insert the skewer into, when you have, you already cut your corn into cuts, and then you just go at the middle, because it's quite soft. The core is soft, so you can just insert it that way. All you need is just for you to be able to pick your corn once it's done. So
so from the middle.
Yes.
Okay, you don't even necessarily need the sharp part. Okay.
You don't. This is it. Quite easy.
Okay. So once it goes in, that's really all. Okay, nice. Okay, so now in our pots we're gonna add water.
Don't forget we're adding enough water to cover and then boil. Boil.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you want to add all of this before you put in your corn. And then, of course, most of this is to your taste.
Okay.
Some people want it overly, some people just want it mild. But I'm going to advise this, that you put all of these things mild because you still want to have the true taste of your corn.
You don't want it to
in as
overpower.
much as you're putting herbs and spices and all.
Yeah.
And for your ginger, you can peel or not peel, but make sure it's washed.
Yeah.
And then I put it all. I don't want it grated because I don't want the flavor of the ginger to overpower.
Yes, because ginger has very strong.
Exactly.
So flavor.
I just let it go in all like that. And then don't forget, this has to be washed after removing the husk and the silk, the corn silk. Then they have to be washed. Then they go in just like that.
So, like, simple. It's
very easy.
Nice. And I love the fact that, I mean, now it's corn, right? You know corn. I love corn growing up. Even now, I still love corn. Boiled corn. I'm not so great with roasted corn because, ugh. But then again, I mean, boiled corn is amazing. But then again, now you can literally even make it this way, and it literally has so much flavor, and you can really enjoy it in a different way. And you can also switch up the spicing, right?
Yes.
Switch up the flavors. You can do this for today, and another day do something else.
You can change your herbs. You can use curry, scent leaf, whatever, anyhow you want it.
Okay, that's good. So, of course, and that's a simple way to literally make it. And this can be a snack or a meal if you actually decide to match it up with protein.
Exactly.
All right, guys, thank you so much for staying with us. 1 hour down, we have another to go. So do stay with us. We'll be back after this break.
My dark marks, I've tried everything. Nivea Lumina 630 works from day one with visible results in just 2 weeks and 71% dark marks reduction in 12. Join the 1 million women already using Lumina 630 from Nivea.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail, or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka, the first.
If you're just joining us, you missed 1 hour of me. Yes, I'm back.
And I. Right.
Oh, well, we have experienced a brilliant 1 hour, and we welcome you to the second half of the most exciting breakfast show on television.
Yes, yes. And of course, we believe that you had a good time with us in the first hour. And if you're just joining us, well, you're welcome. You haven't actually missed much, but you have actually missed much. But hey, welcome. There's still so much we have in store for you in the second half.
Listen, nothing spells a great week ahead than starting it the right way. Even if it's midweek, we still have like, what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, so yes, we're just like midway. And how best can you do that? That's by joining us, hopefully to get you motivated enough to get going.
Yes, because, well, you'll have to wait to see what we have in store for you today on the show, but we don't want you to go anywhere. But while we're still at it, we still have Winfrey and the chef in the kitchen whipping up some corn on a cob.
Yes, of course. Quick, pretty simple. Our kitchen is clean. We're ready to literally go. The corn is
ready.
It's almost ready because the corn is literally on the fire. See, it's getting hot, it's boiling up. We'll literally probably just give it like 10, 15 minutes, right, chef?
Yes.
Yes, and it will be ready. And I mean, simple. And it'll be time to serve.
As they ask, chef, is that Ibeni?
What's Ibeni?
I'll tell you now.
Yes, it is as at yesterday.
As at yesterday, it was Ibeni. Okay, so it's Ibe or Jomeji. Ibe
right
is
there
actually
into the camera.
It's fresh, like today, as in freshly
corn. Oh, okay,
yes,
that's what you call it. I actually love how chefs have revolutionized how to enjoy corn. Yeah, so with they season it, they butter it up, put a lot of so it makes it very enjoyable.
Yeah,
more enjoyable, actually. My name is Mmeme Okocha.
And my name, of course, is Mary Bashua Alimi. Now, remember, you can use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian television.
You can also catch us live on GOTV, channel 16, and UHF 49. Remember that you can also carry us with you anywhere in the world. Just download our apps on the Google or iOS stores.
Now, let's tell you what we have in store for you this hour. We love to celebrate you and your loved ones on that special day, which is your birthday. It is birthday shout out, and that will be coming up shortly.
Is the founder CEO of Conogelics Consulting International Limited, a company dedicated to people's transformation. And this morning on the show, he'll be here to talk to us about divorce and your mental health on relationship.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put
Finally, joining us on the couch is Ambassador Dr. Brendan Nsikak. He's a prolific dancer, choreographer, and the CEO and producer of Mr. and Miss Nigeria International. He'll be here to share his pageantry journey with us.
And on the show today, we have the weather coming up shortly.
You're back.
All right, so we love to celebrate your loved ones, and today is no exception. All right, let's get started.
Yes, of course. Starting up the celebration this morning, we have Anufe Kemi Olatunji. The 18th of May is your birthday, and this is from
Agbegbin Tayo.
Tayo. Happy birthday.
You go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Happy birthday to Balogun Oluwatosin Matthew. May 15 being your birthday, and this is from Ola. Happy birthday to you, Matthew.
And from all of us too. Happy birthday, Matthew.
All that you wish for this year, you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Bumi Abimbola, the 16th of May is your birthday, and your children celebrate you. Happy birthday, Mommy.
Yeah. Sweet. Happy birthday to Bumi.
Yes, happy birthday to Mommy.
And of course, we are celebrating engineer Mrs. Funke Ogbonjaye, May 16 being your birthday, and this is coming from your husband. Happy birthday to you.
Eshilokun Afusat Omalara, the 19th of May is your birthday, and Oluwa Tosin celebrates you. Happy birthday.
And I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year.
Happy birthday to you, Favor. May 16 is your birthday, and this is coming to you from Ufoma Ubudu. Happy birthday.
I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. This day is your day. I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well.
Hassan Oluwa Tobiloba, the 18th of May is your birthday, and your parents and siblings celebrate you. Happy birthday.
You're so cute. My goodness. Oh, wow.
For this year, you will have all that you wish for. This year, you go get everything and more.
Happy birthday to Kendra Ifnishi, May 14 being your birthday. And this is coming to you from Mommy. Oh, you're so pretty. Now that lettering smile. I love your smile. Aw, she's so cute.
Moreni KG, the 16th of May is your birthday, and you're celebrating yourself. Well, we celebrate with you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
This year, you will have all that you prayed for. This year.
Mr. Babatunde and Mrs. Omobolanle Afolabi, May 17 being your birthday. Your children are wishing you a very happy birthday.
All that you prayed for this year, you will have all that you wish for this year, you go get.
Mr. Martins Olajun, the 15th of May is your birthday, and this is from Tollywood College staff. Happy birthday, sir.
This year, you will have all that you prayed for this year.
Happy birthday to you, Olanri Waju. May 17 is your birthday, and this is coming to you specially from Tola. Happy birthday.
This year, you will have all that you prayed for this year.
Olabumi Ogunsholu. The 18th of May is your birthday, and this is from Bola Odeyemi. Happy birthday, Mama.
Wow. That's it.
You will have all that you wish for this year.
Oluguna Siri, May 16 is your birthday. Happy birthday to you from your parents and your siblings, big boy. That pose no before here.
You prayed for this year. You will have.
Oyin Damola Fadari, the 17th of May is your birthday and your mom is celebrating you. Happy birthday.
This year you will have all that you prayed for this year. You will have all that you wish for this year. You go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
I'm kind of days late, but I would like to use this opportunity to send a big shout out to my bigger half. Happy birthday to you, Azuna. Happy birthday.
Amazing. Yeah, and on that note, that's all we're celebrating today on Birthday Shoutouts. But we have so much more coming up right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Make sure you do stay with us because we'll be right back.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka the First. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Gbenga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
Limited, a company dedicated to people transformation, is a publisher, author, trainer, and advocate, weaving a tapestry of leadership excellence through diverse avenues. And on relationship today, we discuss divorce, guilt, and mental health. It's good to have you here in this.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely our pleasure. All right, so I didn't really divorce.
Yep.
Then there's guilt. Then there's mental health. There's a lot to to dissect in this.
Yeah.
But let's start from divorce and its effects.
Okay, so thank you. So divorce, interestingly, is a topic people shy away from talking about.
I have never understood why, but please go ahead.
You know, and for me, I sometimes think that it's a cultural hypocrisy,
Bam.
right, around us here, because Marriage is the coming together of two people. Divorce is the going away of two people. We don't want to do it again. We just don't want to be together, right? So, and if there's a marriage, there's a possibility that there could be a separation that could lead to a divorce. Okay, so these are natural human experiences. So there's nothing to shy away, about it, or to vilify those who experience it, because it's tough on people. I want to assume that, you know, every time you probably see on social media, you see the joy of the wedding ceremony now. These are two people who want to live their life together. That's what they thought when they started. Sometimes a year, 2, 3, 5, 7, sometimes 20 years down the line.
Sometimes even 40.
I've seen 35, okay? I've spoken and they just said, we've had enough of each other and I don't want to be in this thing anymore. So when people are going in, usually with our culture here, you are not going in with the mindset that I would get out.
Yeah.
But along the line, there's several dynamics that come to play that sometimes are beyond the control of, you know, either party in this relationship stuff. So you just think that the best thing to, you know, for you is to go your separate ways. So divorce is normal. It's okay, because if we don't accept that it's a natural human thing, then you start to see how the culture makes the people who are divorced look terrible, especially the woman. Especially the woman, right? Because the challenge now is you are ostracized from your community. Your friends.
That's if you're the type that likes
your
that's
friends
with folks, though.
But we're all social beings. You must have a community. You must have people, whether at work, your faith-based, just around you. So nobody is wired to be an island.
You know, when you talk about, you know, being an island, and there's something that struck me about something you said about how when people want to be together is one thing, that when you want to go your separate is also another thing. I find it particularly amusing how a single lady, for example, could go through like 20 relationships, but she's not been married. And then when she gets married, is happily ever after. Good for her. But a lady who gets divorced, say 3, 4 times, and those are the 3, 4 relationships she's ever had, gets treated like trash just because she got divorced. So we make this word divorce seem huge. But it's okay to break up, even when you've probably lived in together for years, as long as you did not get married. But the moment that marriage is tagged to your relationship, there's always a different way it's looked at. And I've always wondered at that. Why is that the case?
Now, so I think it's the thought of marriage, okay? So marriage is an institution established not by man. It was God's idea to say, look, these people be together so they can offer themselves companionship, support, and emotional, whether physical, what have you. Okay, so, and I think the idea also is because of children that comes to play.
Exactly.
Now that becomes the biggest factor, right? Because it affects these children differently, especially the way the adults in their life treat their separation.
Yes.
I have seen people who are separated, divorced, but you would not know it on the children, right? Because they handled their co-parenting, you know, with intelligence and knowing that there are other parties in this thing. So it's not just about you and I, but there are other people here. So let's just keep ourselves aside and see how our decision affects these people. Yeah, so.
And you know, talking about children, that takes us to the guilt aspect, because most times, what makes people feel guilty? Sometimes the cost of the wedding ceremony. the time, you know, how you wasted people's time and efforts. But most importantly, the children involved. Yeah. That's usually the source of the guilt. Tell us about guilt following
Okay,
divorce.
so, you know, for some people, the guilt comes also from their community. Not just because now when you talk about maybe the cost of the wedding you wasted our time, it could be 20 years down the line. So nobody really, you know, anymore, you know, about that. But again, you find there are people who harbor the guilt of what would God think about me. There are religious people who just, you know, it's God, everything is God, and this thing is not working. And the way they've been taught is that when you get into marriage, you remove the door and you put a wall. There's no going out.
Wonderful.
So even if they're going to die there, they stay there. And that is the angle of religion that causes a lot of damage to people. I've seen people practically die in an unhealthy marriage when they have the option. So I always tell them, when you get to that point, activate the exit button, get out. Because you're better alive than dead.
And then there's always this focus on physical abuse. Many people do not realize that the emotional abuse is oftentimes worse than the physical abuse.
You know, when you say that, it brings me to, it's a little bit controversial, but it's okay. We can accommodate a little bit of it. Okay? So, in the Bible, there are 4 grounds for divorce. 4. But then you would not hear it. Then you will hear, you must stay there.
Except it's infidelity.
No.
And
Now,
usually on the woman's part.
the infidelity is actually one of the 4.
4, yeah.
Right? So there's what? There's desertion. A partner leaves you. You know, like they talk in America. You're going out to buy milk and you don't come back after 4, 5, 10 years. You know, so somebody just leaves.
I believe under Nigerian law is 7 years of desertion.
So desertion is a ground for divorce. Somebody just leaves you, no explanation, you don't know. They just said goodbye to you. They're going to work, and then from work you
disappear.
Right? Then there's what? There's
Deception
abuse.
as well.
There's abuse.
Yeah.
Right? It's there in the Bible. There's abuse.
Abuse is there, yes.
Emotional, physical, all types of abuse. Right? And then there is also emotional neglect, when your partner deprives you of intimacy. And then the last one is infidelity.
I was about to say it because the infidelity was even the first we mentioned.
Yeah.
But there's the 5th one of deception, because even in like the Catholic Church, which usually does not allow divorce but annulment, one of the grounds is also the case of deception. In the case when you know you cannot have children and you do not inform the person.
I can tell you that there is a very old story in this country in 1950-something where very senior leaders in the church gathered to annul and nullify the marriage. Why? Because the woman at the time knew that she could not conceive.
Wow.
And the man kept praying. Oh, you know, this firebrand praying. 17 years he was going to the mountain praying, God, give me miracle, my wife.
Meanwhile, the woman who
So
knew miracle
just
can
one
happen.
day after all of his, you know, sometimes people think prayer is emotional. When you get rid of your emotions, you will hear God clearly, your head. And then he just had, go home. The solution to your problem is with your wife. Just ask her.
Oh.
And then she opened up, and the man was upset. Now you see, I have faith enough for God to give you children, even without womb, but you deceived me. You knew this was there, and we were praying together 17 years.
17?
I cannot deal.
Wow.
So on that basis, that marriage was annulled.
Now, that leads us to the mental health. Just imagine the mental health of that person.
The torture, okay? It's tough on people. Especially, it's tough enough to be in a marriage that is either loveless, that is abusive, it is tough. And then when they now seek to go their separate ways, you also now see society, friends, connections, network, right? What do? they add judgment to it. Your friend starts to ghost you. Even your married friends. Say now because she's no longer married, though. I don't want, my husband doesn't want to see me with her anymore.
You know,
a lot of stuff.
There are so many angles to this. I feel like there should be a part two to this conversation, but really, thank you so much for your time, Adewale Onyeko. It's been quite an interesting conversation. Thank you indeed.
Yep.
All right. Talking about divorce is making me feel like I want to shake it off. And to help me shake it off this morning is Dina. She'll be giving us a musical performance. Her name is Ilori Divine Ifeolua. However, professionally, she's known as Dina. She emerged into the music scene with a dynamic blend of talent and resilience, one of which is her DJ skills. It's so good to have you in the studio with us this morning.
Yeah,
how are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm actually wondering at your transition into DJing. How did that come about? Like, you know, you're a very good DJ. And then for you to now decide, okay, I want to do music. Well, what happened? What led to that transition?
Yeah, I'll say it was when I discovered Billie Eilish online. I love the way her music resonates and speaks. Then I got inspired to sing also. Yeah. You know,
for some DJs and producers, these days, and this is me speaking because I've spoken to quite a number of them, it's usually a case of, come, I have a better voice than this person. I can do better than this person. If I produce my music myself, I can even give out better content. Is that the case with you as well?
No, it's not the case. But for me, all I want is a good life, you know. So I'm just here. so I'm just here for the good life and to inspire people. Yeah.
You know what, Dina? Take it away. Let's hear you.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka the First. And OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Benga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the question.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata, I go drink. So.
Okay. So now one chance for enter. My first question. Do you remember the names of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
Of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this because I have this question for you. Final question. No. Where outside Nigeria and what year? Think you're the only one that can be wicked.
I am thinking because I know back in the day.
Don't think. Answer my question quick. You are thinking too much. I don't like it.
The UK.
Final answer. Okay. I said, God, please, let me to perform outside Nigeria.
Wait.
And God gave me a show in Ghana. Drink, my friend, drink. I don't
overthink this thing. See where I can.
Yes, you overthink them.
I would say you should catwalk.
Let's catwalk. Where are we?
No, that's not catwalking.
That's good walking.
Producer of Mr. and Miss Nigeria International. It's a first of its kind mixed pageant in Nigeria or in Africa. Poised in Class magazine, which of course he also edits, is the editor of, and he's also, an all-round showcaser basically of the beauty of Africa. You are welcome to.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for having me here.
You have been in the pageant industry for a really long time. I know you started off with dancing and choreographing all across the world. You've worked with international models and supermodels and pageant queens all around the world. How has that experience been for you?
It has been awesome because that's what I love doing, and it has been more educative, more especially because everyone I work with, I learned.
Okay. Yeah. And then, so let's talk about Mr. and Miss Nigeria. Okay. I mean, you've been running this for 13 years.
Yes.
And with the pageant industry has sort of experienced some highs and lows. It's had its moments, and we've seen it evolve over the years. Is it getting better? Does it need to get better? Is there room for, improvement?
It is getting better because every year you keep evolving, especially if you're affiliated with international brand, you must meet your international standard. It will get better if the industry is regulated because it's open. Anybody comes in here and they don't have what it takes to the industry, and they come in and the product they bring out doesn't stand the test of the local, not talking international.
But you have, traversed the world. You have experienced, different elements of what the pageant, of what the standard of pageantry should be, across the world. How is that? What are you doing in terms of, inculcating what you've learned to the Nigerian, to what we have here in Nigeria?
First of all, that's why every year I keep producing content that I don't repeat the content, because every year I learn new things. And if you look at it, I actually brought a lot of infusion into pageantry, introduction of carnival concept in the industry. I brought it up, celebrity take care after me, and I brought it a runway, a real runway fashion show in industry, because if you look at it globally, they have the funds to run events. That's why they spell it for 3 to 4 months, or 1 to 1 and 2 to 3 month interval. But in Nigeria, because of the resources, you have to make it a week interval. So during the final day, what you should have done within the days, you have to bring it together. So it's getting better.
Okay. Now, the Mr. and Miss Nigeria, I know that you're, warming up for another edition. Let's talk a bit about, the criteria to which you, being the producer, you use in, scouting for your, models and, queens, as it were.
First of all, you have to look for who's enterprising, who is brainy, intelligent, then beauty comes last.
So when you say enterprising, are there skills, or are there things that you put in place, or that they have to, are there tasks that they have to, perform, or that they have to, scale through to be able to, or that qualifies them to be enterprising?
Yeah, of course. Assuming we're having 2 weeks into program camping, we have a lot of resource people that come to the camp to train them. And because if you are to go out to internationally, you should be able to meet international standard.
Okay.
You should be able to have 1 or 2 things to give back to society, to take it back to the outside world.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about, I know Bob Carl is in Nigeria at the moment, and you, your management company actually manages him, and know that he has a fashion event coming up pretty soon. Talk to us about that.
Okay, I also love renovating, and have been, I knew him about 7 years ago back in Florida.
Okay.
We have done a lot of projects in the US together, and it's love for African, because when he see us dress, he said, wow, I wish to explore this into the outside world. And when I invited him to Nigeria last year, he came over to Nigeria last year, and when he saw the pageant, he said, oh my God, is this happening here? And when I went to US during December and January period, we had a lot of meeting with a lot of investors. So why it's time to take African, Nigeria in particular, because Nigeria are the most stylists all over the world. They need to see us. And what's that fashion program? They've been able to expose Nigerian outside, yet we don't have it for now. We are looking at taking it from Project Runway and a Futura Secret concept and building within African Nigerian content, so that we can take the models, the designer, and a fabric to the world.
Now let's talk about what you intend to do differently, because we really do not have an original African fashion content in this regard. Even as a fashion week itself, right now is actually being monopolized. We don't really have a lot of other, stakeholders who are saying, okay, this is an industry that we want to invest in. And I mean, I would say Nigeria is the fashion capital of Africa.
Say the world, just, I can say the world, I can stand to
well,
it.
Let's leave it at Africa. Let's leave it at Africa, because we have beautiful and amazing talents, especially in the fashion industry here
Designers,
in Nigeria, models and the likes. So what is that difference that you intend to, make with this content that, you're willing to export to the world?
You can't talk about fashion without talk about entertainment and music.
Yeah.
So we are coming out with fashion, entertainment, TV reality show that have 2 legs, fit for a king, where a male designers and a male model will compete.
Okay.
Then Runway Inferno, when we're going to work on the African fabric of bikini and beachwear, with accessory and a lot of things to move it to them. That's actually what New York fashion are looking for.
Okay.
We are becoming to be the market force for them to take our product to the world.
I know that a lot of beauty queens have, after their reign, they go further to become, ambassadors for different projects. They take on different CSR projects and the rest of them. Now let's talk about sustainability. In the last 13 years that Mr. and Miss Nigeria has been, running for, what is that sustainability factor that, that you have, been able to, inculcate into your cookings and queens, even as they have, gone further after, the pageantry?
I keep telling a model or whoever, if you become a queen, I'm not concerned about you being a queen now. I'm concerned about after. Are you still relevant after? So that's why we take time to discover them. We are not actually going out for ready-made. You know what I mean, ready-made models? We discovered the models.
We discovered new talent.
New talent. Mold them.
Groom them.
Mold them and monitor them from inception. And because if you look from 2012, our WhatsApp platform is still speaking. we connect, we communicate, because most of them, 80% of them are doing well outside the country and within the country.
Okay, fantastic. So quickly, I know you're having another editions coming up soon. How's that going? How's preparations for it? Is there a timing? Is there a date? You want to let us know?
Yeah, October 20th.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the form is out there.
Okay,
yeah.
so models inspiring or aspiring queens?
Aspiring queens. Even this year, we are taking an audition to US.
Oh, fantastic. Oh,
yes.
wow.
We have about 5 Nigerians who have picked up the form.
Okay.
Since I'm going there, we're going to have audition. We expect more.
All right, fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
And that's it. Right here, we have to head over to the kitchen.
Oh, my God. I love that.
You love corn on the cob?
I'm a chef.
Oh, yeah, you are a chef as well. So please, let's head over to the kitchen.
Thank you.
All right, welcome to the kitchen, Brendan.
Yeah. Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen, sir. And here we have Chef Sheung of Flavor Craft, and she's put together corn on a cob. Now, this is not any regular corn, right? So, Chef, tell our guests the special way we made our corn today.
Okay, so we have butter corn on cob, and it's basically boiled corn, but not the usual way.
Please dig in while she's...
Okay. Okay, so it's not the usual way. It's boiled with milk, with some butter, spiced with pepper, and herbs, parsley.
So what do you think?
Ginger? And ginger, yes.
Well, the spice is welcome me.
I love it. Yes. Nice. That's all we really needed to hear. Thank you so much, Chef. Well done. And of course, that's it on this amazing episode of Wake Up Nigeria today. Thanks to all our guests and, of course, to you, our viewers. We'll be seeing you tomorrow morning, same time, 7 a.m. Bye.